In this video, we continue our intercompany sales to external customer process by solving this error that we got in the last video while creating our intercompany sales order. So the error is maintain plant AG60 for the sales area, and we got it while creating a sales order from one company code to an external customer through the plant of our other company code. So in the video today, we'll continue by solving this error, and then we will continue the process steps and see what will happen after this. Welcome to another video in the SAP configuration from zero playlist, where we choose different business processes and we configure them from zero until we run the process end to end. First, we did the procure to pay process, then we did the order to cash process, and now we are doing the intercompany sales to external customer process. If you would like to follow the playlist from the beginning, which is something I recommend, then you can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP from zero, and you will find a diagram that includes all the videos I have published so far in this playlist. You can click on any box here to be directed to the video on YouTube. So we started by defining all the organization structure objects, company code, purchase organization, sales organization, and so on. We have done an end-to-end procure to pay process, end-to-end order to cash, and now we are doing the intercompany. And in the last video, we have maintained the business partners for intercompany process. We have also maintained the material master data, and we activated the material ledger for our new plant. And we started creating the sales order, and we stopped when we got this error we have here for the maintain plant AG60 for the sales area. Now we are going to proceed with this error same as we did with all the other errors that we had in the playlist. So when you check an error like this, first you have to read the text. So we have the message number, which is important. You can use it to look for the error on Google. And then we also have the procedure. So the procedure is in the defined shipping data for plants, we have to maintain a sales organization, distribution chain, and a division for intercompany billing for plant AG60. And we can also see that the customizing button is activated. So we can click here and SAP will take us to the configuration menu related to this activity. So go to continue without specifying a project. And SAP will show any area in the configuration menu where this activity can be done. So here we have defined shipping data for plants, and we have two of them are under purchasing. So we have set up stock transport scheduling agreement, set up stock transport, and then we have one that is for SAP business configuration. According to the SAP help message, we should look for a configuration activity under purchasing. So we will look for these two. And then we have one scheduling agreement, which is not something we are doing. A stock transport order, this is the one we are doing because now we are transporting our stock from the plant of AG60 to AG61 and then to the customer or directly to the customer. So it counts as a transport order. So let's go here. So now SAP will take us directly to the activity in the SAP menu. So first of all, as usual, I always advise to check where the configuration activity is located. So this way we learn the structure of the configuration activities. So this one is under purchase order, which is also under purchasing, material management. So material management, purchasing, purchase order, set up stock transport order, and then we have defined shipping point for plants. I also recommend that you check all the other activities next to it. You do not have to execute them, just check if there is anything that can be related to what you are trying to do. If you would like to learn more about any activity, you click on the help document. For now, we are going to proceed with the one that caused the error. So define shipping data for plants. And we can click here to see more details about this configuration activity. So here you can see you maintain the customer number of the receiving plant. So now we have a plant that is sending the products, AG60, and we have the receiving plant, AG61. So maintain the customer number of the receiving plant. The customer number is used in SD shipping processes to identify the good recipient. This is relevant if provision has been made for a stock transfer to be carried out in SD delivery. You can define the following for the supplying plant. So for the supplying plant, we have to define a sales organization, a distribution channel, and a division. So our supplying plant is AG60. You can always check the slide that we created together here for the different things we have in our intercompany process. So this is the slide I followed in the previous videos, and also you can find it in the presentation that is shared with the channel members and with the SAP S/4HANA system subscribers on the Google Drive. So if you are a channel member or if you have access to my SAP S/4HANA system, Then you have access to the member documents. Go to presentations, intercompany sales, and in this presentation you'll find the slide that shows everything that we are doing now. So the process we have is AG61 is selling to an external customer through the plant of AG60. So our supplying plant is AG60. This is where the material is. And the sales is done by AG61. So we are going to maintain the details for our supplying plant, which is AG60. So here, define the following for the supplying plant. Now let's go to SAP and continue the configuration activity. So let's see if our supplying plant is there, AG60. And here it is, so double click. And we do not have any values here. So we need to maintain different details. First, we have to maintain the customer number for the plant, but this is not needed for now because we're not going to sell to this plant. We are just going to sell from it. So what is needed is the sales organization, division, and distribution channel. To understand what this is, now you have to imagine that AG60 is selling to AG61, but the sales order is created on AG61. When we created the sales order, we inserted the organization structure for AG61. So SAP knows that we are selling from sales organization AG61 with distribution channel, division, and so on. But it doesn't know which organization should be used internally to sell from AG60 to AG61. This is why we have to assign this here. So for our company code AG60, that is the supplying plant, we have defined together the sales organization, purchasing organization, and the plant. And when we copied the sales organization, or when we defined it, we also defined the division and distribution channel. Now we tell SAP that whenever there is an internal sale or an intercompany sale from any plant or from the supplying plant of AG60, which is the AG60 plant, then the sales organization to be automatically determined should be AG60, and we also insert the distribution channel and the division. So now let's go here. Sales organization for intercompany business or intercompany billing is AG60. Distribution channel, I'm also going to use AG, and division AG. We can have different channel that is for intercompany, different from final customers. We can also have different divisions, but in my example now, I'm keeping it simple. I'm only using one distribution channel and one division for everything, intercompany and external customers. So now SAP knows that whenever the supplying plant is AG60, then the sales organization should be AG60, channel should be AG, and division should be AG. Now I'm going to save this, and let's go back to our sales order and see if we can proceed with this process step. So now let's close this, go back. We go back to the sales order. So here is the sales order that we are creating, and I will press enter again. Maintain the plant for sales area. So we have to restart the transaction. So let's go back /NVA01. So now again, we are creating a sales order from AG61 to the final customer through our supplying plant, which is AG60. If you find this confusing, or if you are not able to follow all of these objects, then you must watch the business process video and the demo video for the intercompany sales process that I created on the channel 4 years ago. Go to the diagram on my website. You will find a link that will take you directly to these two videos. You have to watch them, otherwise you will get lost and you'll not be able to follow what I'm saying now, okay? So you need to watch these videos first. So I'm creating the sales order from AG61 to the final customer through the supplying plant AG60. Enter. The sold to party is going to be 20105. This is the one that we created together in the last video. The customer reference, so this will be customer 2. So this is our second trial. The first one failed because of the error that we got. And every time we get an error, we have to repeat the step. I will insert a new number, so this way we can follow how many times we tried. So this is the second trial, and the terms of payment is 0001. Incoterms and location are okay. The material that we created together is 963. The order quantity is 10 pieces. And now we have to insert the price, and we also need to insert the plant. So the plant that is determined automatically is AG61 from company code AG61, that is selling. But now I'm going to modify this to AG60 to tell SAP that the supplying plant is in another company code. Enter. Okay. So now we do not have the error of define plant AG60, the one that we got in the last video and that we just solved. The configuration activity has been done. We no longer have this error. SAP is able to determine the sales organization, division, and the channel for the supplying plant. Now we need to insert here our price. So let's go to the item details, easier. Go to conditions. And here we insert PR00. So if you remember, when we created this material in the last video, it has a standard price of 20 euros per piece. So now I'm going to sell it for a higher price. So let's say I'm going to sell for 30. So this way you have some margin. So 10 pieces will be for 300. Now let's go to the shipping and make sure that we have our plant, our shipping point. The storage location that we are going to use for our delivery is, or for our shipping, is AG61. And then we go to schedule lines. So the delivery date is 11 February. Let's add one day here, so make it 12. And we are okay. So now let's go back to the header and then save. So the order number is 760. This is our sales order. And now we are going to create the outbound delivery, goods issue, and the billing. So let's proceed to the following step in the process, the outbound delivery. Now we are issuing the products from the supplying plant, AG60, directly to the final customer. So from here, we can go to sales document, deliver. This is our sales order number. And we have done all of these steps before in the order to cash process. So we can go faster now. The shipping point we are using is AG60. And we have this error, no schedule lines. Why? Because if you look here, we have the selection date is 11, but we maintain the schedule line to be 12. So nothing is to be issued on 11, but the goods issue should be on 12. So now we insert 12, enter, and we can proceed. So the delivery quantity is 10. We can go to picking. We are going to pick 10 pieces. And we can proceed and post goods issue. Now you see the plant here is AG60. So we are issuing from AG60 to the final customer directly, 2010-5. Although the sale is done by AG61. Okay, so now I will click on post goods issue. And let's see if we get any errors. So yeah, here is the first error that we get. Posting only possible in periods 01-2026 and 12-2025 in AG60. And now we are in 02-2026. So we need to open the material management period. We are getting this error because I have not opened the period after February started. So to open a material management period, which is also something I explained on the channel before, we go to the transaction MMPV. This is a periodic transaction that we have to do every period to open the new month, because in material management, we can only have 2 periods open at any point of time. So now we have 0/12/2025 and 01/2026, which means no one is allowed to post in any other periods. Now I'm going to move to 02/2026. So the company code I would like to open is AG60. And also I'm going to do this for AG61 because it will have the same maybe. So let's see. And I would like to open the period 02/2026. Close periods only, and then execute. So now we have company code AG60 converted and 61 converted. So now we opened period 2/2026 for both company codes. Let's close this screen and go back to our post goods issue. And let's again click on post goods issue and see if we get any other errors. So now the outbound delivery has been saved, the material document created, the goods issue is working fine. So we can now go here, display. Let's look into the accounting entry. So now enter, and from here we can go to the history. And here we have our material movement. So double click here, click on display document. So this is our material management document. You can find here the movement type and all the different details. And then from here we can go to document information, FI documents, accounting document. And there is our accounting entry in company code AG60, so the owner of the supplying plant, posted in February 2026. So in the current period, we have debit to cost of goods sold and we have credit to trading stock. These accounts and the account determination that has been used to determine the accounts, all of this we have created and configured together from zero in this playlist. So we have done this in order to be able to run the order to cash process. If you'd like to see how we did all of this, you can check the previous videos in the playlist. So this is the accounting entry, and the value here is 1000 because we have sold 10 pieces, and the standard cost per piece in AG60 is 100 EUR. So now AG60 has a cost of 100 EUR, but we have inserted a cost of 20 EUR per piece in AG61, which is not a very correct business case because now we are saying that AG60 is losing money, but from the technical point of view, there's nothing to stop us here. So anyway, this is our accounting entry, and we will proceed with our business process. So now we have posted the outbound delivery and the goods issue. Second step is to post the customer billing document. To post a customer billing, we go back here, then go to transaction VF01 to post the billing document. So insert the outbound delivery, and then we press enter. And SAP is automatically going to determine the billing type. First, we create the external customer billing document with a billing type F2. So this is the first step. So now we have the payer is 2010-5, the final customer. And this billing document is created in AG61. So AG61 is sending a final customer invoice to our final customer 2010-5. AG60, the supplying plant, is not included here at all. So now if I go here to the header, we can see the company code is AG61, which is selling to the final customer. And then if we go here to the details of the line, so the price is 300 for 10 pieces. So this is the price that came from the sales order. And there's nothing to be added. We just save the document and see if we get any errors. So save. Document has been saved. Now let's display the document. So display billing doc, accounting. And here is our accounting entry for the final customer billing document created in AG61. So we have a debit to the customer and we have a credit to sales revenue for the amount of the sale, which is 300. Again, everything here we have created and configured together in this playlist. So now we have our billing document. The following step is to create the intercompany billing document. So again, we go back to VF01. We insert the outbound delivery number, press enter, and this time SAP should automatically choose the intercompany billing document type, which is IV, and we should create the intercompany billing. But as you see, we are getting an error. No billing documents were generated. Please see log. So we can go here to the log and see this error. Sales organization is not defined. So let's open this. Technical data. So it doesn't tell us much, but we have the sales document number. We have the error number somewhere here. So we have the error number, which is VF009. So we can use this to look online for the error because as you see here, we do not have any other details. So even if you double click here, it doesn't show you anything. So the only thing we have here that we can use is VF009. If we look online, maybe you can find some documentation about this error. But now we are not able to proceed with the intercompany billing document. And I'm going to stop this video here. So in this video so far, we have started by solving the error to define the intercompany sales organization, distribution channel, and division for AG60. So we have done the configuration step, and then we saved the sales order. We maintained all the different details. And after this, we created the outbound delivery, the goods issue. We created the final customer billing document. Everything is fine. We have seen the accounting entries. There's something that we missed, but I'm not going to go into this now. We'll see it in the next round, that we did not maintain an intercompany selling price. So far, the only selling price that exists in the sales order is 30 per piece, which is going to be used for the final customer sale and intercompany sale. But we can also add another pricing condition that will be used for intercompany sale for if we have a different internal price. But this is something we'll see later. For now, I'm going to stop here at this error. And in the next video, we'll start by solving this error and then continuing the intercompany billing document. Then we will see how we can create the iDoc that will automatically create the supplier invoice after the intercompany billing document. I hope that so far you are able to follow the process. I know it is more complicated than the other processes. This is why I will repeat again. If you're not able to follow, then watch the process video and the demo for the intercompany sale to external customer, and follow the configuration from zero playlist from the beginning to see everything that we have configured so far. If you would like to get access to this SAP S4HANA system that I use for the demo, you can go to my website, galalconsulting.com/SAP access. You will be able to subscribe to the server from here, and you get a user ID within 1 day that will allow you to test and configure anything you want, and you can also see my configuration and copy it if you would like to. Do not forget to leave me your comments if you have any questions or any recommendations. Also share the video with your connections, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check the channel membership program if you would like to get access to the member exclusive videos, documents, and other benefits that we have for the members. You can go to youtube.com/@abdullahgalal/join to see all the details about the channel membership program. I have a very tired voice now because this is the 4th video I record today and it's already too late, around midnight. So I believe this is it for me for today. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.